So this is our 100th video. No joke there, just, yay us. Hey folks, welcome to This Week in History. Let's get this C note in the bag. On July 26th in 1703, the Bavarian Rumble, yeah, that sounds like a Ben & Jerry's flavor, ended as Bavarian troops under Maximilian II withdrew from Tyrol during the War of the Spanish Succession. Maximilian's ultimate goal had been to march on Vienna, but a Tyrol army largely comprised of the rural population of the county turned them back at Montlatzer Bridge. On July 27th in 1794, Maximilien Robespierre, a lot of Maximilians this week, French revolutionary leader and architect of the Reign of Terror that saw the execution of over 17,000 enemies of the revolution, was arrested basically for being the architect of the Reign of Terror. He would eventually be beheaded, fitting that he met the same end as so many that he sent to the guillotine. In 1816, in the first major fighting of the Seminole Wars, the largest death count for a single cannon shot in U.S. history occurred during the Battle of Negro Fort, where American forces under Andrew Jackson fired hot shot, or shot heated in order to cause fire, into the fort that was filled with natives and runaway slaves. One of the shots landed in the fort's powder storage, and the ensuing explosion killed an estimated 275 people and pretty much destroyed the fort. On July 29, 1588, the Battle of Gravelines ended with the English fleet under Sir Francis Drake defeating the Spanish Armada, ending Spain's plans to invade the British Isles and shifting the balance of power between the two empires. It's one of those things they drill into your head in history class, like 1066 and the Battle of Hastings, just a good thing to know about. In 1858, the Harris Treaty, named after negotiator Townsend Harris, was signed between Japan and the United States, allowing the latter access to trade at 5 Japanese ports and ending 214 years of Japan essentially cutting themselves off from the world. America signed it because they saw Japan as a possible base of operations to continue spreading Manifest Destiny to China. And Japan signed it because they figured it would be better to deal with the US than with the British. Can't really blame them there. And that brings us to this week's installment of WoW, so that's a thing that exists.
"500 years ago, there were people on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean, but neither knew about the other. On the western side, our side, the people had reddish-brown skins and lived in huts or wigwams. On the eastern side, in Europe, the people were white-skinned. They had learned how to build houses and large sailing ships, but they still didn't know much about the rest of the world. In fact, most of them believed the earth was flat. Then one day, a map maker named Christopher Columbus had an idea.
Do you know what? I think the world isn't flat at all. I think it's round like a ball.
Okay, so that was a lot of wrong in a very short amount of time. On July 30th in 762, the city of Baghdad was founded by the Abbasid Caliphate. Yes, that's their actual flag. It's called the Black Standard or Black Banner and is traditionally believed to be one of the flags that Muhammad flew in order to act as their capital. In 1676, the Declaration of the People of Virginia was issued by Nathaniel Bacon, marking the beginning of Bacon's Rebellion against William Berkeley, who was governor of Virginia at the time. Many consider it to be the first rebellion in the 13 colonies. Jamestown was burned to the ground, Berkeley was called back to England. The whole thing was just delicious. On July 31st in 30 BC, Mark Antony gained victory over Octavian's forces at the Battle of Alexandria. Problem is, most of Marky Mark's soldiers abandoned him afterwards, which ended up leading to him committing suicide and Octavian becoming Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. On August 1st in 1714, George I began the Georgian Era of English history, lasting through Georges I, II, III, and IV, then William IV. Way to screw up the theme there, Willie. In 1893, Henry Perky patented shredded wheat, the cereal everyone's grandparents somehow always have. And if you're interested in more on where cereals come from, check out the eye up there. And finally, in birthdays, we've got the founder of analytical psychology, Carl Jung, in 1875, surveyor Jeremiah Dixon, as in the Mason-Dixon line, in 1733, and Henry Ford, yeah, the car guy, was born this week in 1863. And that's just gonna about do it for this week. Thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with us for the first 100 videos, and if you've got any ideas on how to make the next 100 better, we'd love to hear them down in the comments. We'll see you back here next week. Same squirrel time, same squirrel channel. Be good to each other, be good to yourself, and never forget you matter.